Hey everybody, it's Alison Sullivan. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in New Westminster, British Columbia on the west coast of Canada. Welcome. If it's your first time visiting me here for one of my lives, I'm glad to have you. Or perhaps you're watching either on YouTube or on my Stamp Crazy with Alison Facebook page, one of the replays. Either way, I appreciate you coming. I'm just going to make sure that we are broadcasting as we ought to be and making sure that the sound is on. Yeah, that's working. Excellent. And then I've just got one more little place to set up here just so I can see you while I'm talking and you're making comments. I like to be able to see what you're saying. Okay, that looks good. I think we're good. Hi, Cynthia from YouTube. Thanks for watching me over there. Grab this again. There we go. Hi, Keisha. Good afternoon, hun. How are you? Beautiful day over here. Did you get snow yesterday? We did not. We just got a lot of ugly rain and it was cold, but it's beautiful, beautiful sunny day here now. Apparently it's going to be nice tomorrow and Friday, so I'm going to enjoy it while we can. All right, we'll just wait for a minute for other people to pop on, and then we will get started. We're going to be playing with the Joy of Christmas Sweet Collection. This is one of those sweets that frequently are put into mini catalogs where there is tons of product in one suite, and they all coordinate together. Apparently it was snowing last night, but you missed it. Oh, hi, Mo. How are you? Yeah, it was weird. Calgary got a really bad snowstorm. So did Edmonton. But I was surprised to see all my Vancouver Island friends posting that they got snow. Yikes. Lost power. I think some of the people in the valley lost power. I heard that Mission lost power where my son lives, but he said he didn't. So that was good. Unless he slept through it, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, we're all here to stamp and have some crafting fun. So let's get started over there. So as I said, we're going to be using the Joy of Christmas. Let me just get my lights going here. The Joy of Christmas. This suite has tons and tons of products. So let me show you what's included. We've got two stamp sets. So Joy of Noel and Christmas Classics. And both of them have coordinating dies. So this is Joy of Christmas. So this die, for instance, this stamp, for instance, this stamp, there's coordinating dies that cut them out, which is always nice. And then the Christmas Classic has gorgeous dies. Let me show you these. These are really pretty. Okay, open that up. There we go. So love this frame. Isn't that gorgeous? And we've got some foliage there. We've got this really pretty label. Let me show you what that looks like in an actual card presentation. Here we go. So here's a card. So this is the die that was used. And then some more of the foliage added here. Don't you love that gold? Isn't that gorgeous? And then you see these little red berries here. That's from another product, and I'm going to show you that next. So let's put this back. Put that in there. So those are the two bundles. So of course, when you order a bundle, you get a discount, 10% when you buy the bundle as a stamp set and dies together. Okay, this would be a gorgeous product suite because it's all available to put in your starter kit, because you know there's a starter kit special right now. You can add 35% more products, so $225. And by the way, if you choose that option, you can add the Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine because it comes under the $222 that you're allowed to spend. So think about that. If you've been thinking about, oh, how can I afford that fabulous machine? Well, how about getting it $222 worth of product for just $135. But this is a beautiful suite that you could definitely add. Okay, so what else is included? Well, we've got designer series paper also used on this pretty card. here it is. We've got some plaids going here. And then I love this one. I think this is my favorite. And then we've got this gorgeous, just cherry, berries, right? Like berries. So reminiscent of Christmas. And then another one with foliage. There we go. And then one more. So pretty. Look at that. I love the way it looks like it's been watercolored and then sort of spritzed. Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah. I'm going to show you that in a minute. Okay. So there's 12 sheets, 12 by 12, 6 designs on one side. And then when we flip, whoop, we get 6 more designs on the other. So that's great. That's part of the suite. There's also a specialty. That's called Joy of Christmas. Just 12 by 12 designer series paper. And we've got Joyful Specialty Designer Series paper, which has got, look at this. Now these are single-sided, not, usually we have double-sided. These are single-sided. There are, I believe, 8 sheets to each of each one of these. So look at that. I love this one. Look at this one with all the musical notes. Isn't that pretty? You see the gold accents in these? They're just really gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous paper. So that's part of the suite. There's also a ribbon. Now this looks like the one that's in the annual catalog, but it's different. It's thicker, wider, sorry. It is 3/8 of an inch. And the one in the annual, I think, is 1/4 inch. And the one in the annual is black and white. This is black and vanilla. Love that. And then the embellishment for this suite are these adorable loose holly gems and sequins. Now these are on unorderable status until I think it's it's the beginning of November. Okay. And you can hopefully see you've got some musical notes and some holly leaves. And then there's these, let me see if I can grab these little berries. Okay, so can you see those little berries? And that's what's used in that card. I think there's like hundreds and hundreds of these in one little container here. Love that. Okay, so let's put those back before they go everywhere. So really gorgeous suite of products. Right? Any questions, guys? Hello, Lisa. How are you? Hi, Ellie. Who else has jumped on? Yeah, it is beautiful, Cynthia. I agree. I love it. Now, when I go over here and I want to see comments, sometimes there we go. I can't see them. There we go. Now I should be okay. All right. So let's make a card. I'm going to grab some basic white. Now I've using the thick basic white, which I like for a card base. It's just gives it more substance and it's a sturdier card base. So this is 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. Hi Valerie, welcome. Okay, and then we've just scored it there, and let's give that a nice little crease. There we go. So that's the front. Then I've taken a piece of that designer series paper that we looked at earlier, the Joy of Christmas. I've cut a piece that is 1.5 by 5.5. Yeah, that's right. And I'm going to grab my glue. And I'm going to stick this down. I like to sort of stick as much down as I can so I don't lose it on my desk, which I don't know how I lose stuff, honestly. My desk isn't that big. There we go. Okay, so I've just got that along the edge. Can set that aside. Next step, I've got a piece of basic white. Now this is, I think this is 3.5, but I'm going to be using a die to cut this out. So you just want it large enough to fit the die. And the die that I'm using is from these dies called Radiating Stitches dies. These dies are not in a publication. They're not in a catalog. You would find these dies in the online exclusives, and I've shown you where to find those in the past. So on my store, right, you're going to click on shop now, and then you're going to be able to choose online exclusives. So I've chosen this one. They're all different, but they all have this little stitching line, which is kind of a cool line. Instead of just a stitched line, like you run a sewing machine, these are horizontal instead of vertical. So let's put this on here. And I'm going to tape this down. I just don't want it to move while I'm running it through the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss. Okay, so that's the first thing I want to cut out. At the same time I'm cutting this out, I'm going to cut out this die, which is from, I'm just going to take some of this tape off so you can see the die. Just bear with me for a sec here. Go. It says Noel. We played with it the other day on Sunday. Yeah, on Sunday. Remember we made that card on Sunday? Let me remind you which card we made. We made this one. So that's the same die, Noel. Okay, and I want to cut this out of this rectangle. So I'm going to, oh, before I do that, actually, sorry, good thing I looked back at my card. I'm going to do something first. Rewind. I have a piece of basic weight. Phew, that was good that I caught that. I'm going to actually stamp first. I'm going to stamp this image here from the Joy of Noel. Use Memento ink. Whew, that was a close call. Although I'm sure I could have made it work, but this is a little bit easier. Why make it harder for myself, right? Made this card yesterday, and I think I've just forgotten what I was doing. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp that. I want to color it with the blends, and in order to do that, I have to use the Memento ink, so it won't run. Okay. Let me see. Anybody else popped on? No, I think I've got everybody. Said hello to everybody. Okay, so let's use the Old Olive Light and Old Olive Dark. So I'm just going to take my Old Olive, and I'm just going to add some highlights in the dark because I want to just blend. These are nice open images, so it's nice to kind of add the blend to that. Some images don't really, lend themselves to blending anything. Okay. Okay, there we go. I think that's good. Just looking at this. Okay, that looks good. All right, and then you always want to make sure you pop those on. I'm going to take the light, and I'm just going to color these in. And as I do, I'm going to be blending it. Go. Gosh, it's a good thing I remembered I was stamping. Could have been a faux pas there. Hope you guys have been playing with your stamps and your papers. And does anybody else have this suite or any of the bundles in this suite? And have you been playing with them? I know my sister Ellie has it. She sent me some samples I shared with you the other day. She's on the call. Anybody else been playing with it? Okay. That's good. So let me show you that. So we've just got a little bit of, you can see the two-tone there. Simple, really simple. Now, the berries, I could use two colors. Like I could use the dark and the light, but I'm just going for dark sweet sorbet. I'm not going to worry too much about blending it. You'll see why, because you won't be able to see as much of this once I'm done cutting out some images. Very, very, very. This is a very pretty image, isn't it? It's just really whimsical, I think. Okay, so that's all we've got there. Colored it, stamped and colored. Oh, you're coloring your St. Nicholas. You were doing that the other day. Oh, you ordered yours, Val? You're going to get it tomorrow? Hi, Maggie. Hi, Diane. Cold, snowy Pincher Creek. Oh, I'm so sorry. The snow in Alberta. But we were talking earlier that the Vancouver Island got snow yesterday. Like crazy. kind of crazy town. Okay, let me just make sure I've got this where I want. Sort of random here. So again, we're going to tape down that rectangle from the Radiating Stitches dies, which is in the online exclusive. And then we're going to grab that Noel die. That's from Joy of Noel dies, right? So if you feel like you've seen this all before, it's deja vu. It's because we tried to do it earlier. Okay, let's position this. And I'm going to just do my best to see how straight this is. And I'm going to really hope I got this straight. As you know, my eyesight is not always my friend, but we'll try. Okay, so I want to be cutting that out. I'm also going to, at the same time, stamp some other images. Now, from the other bundle, the Christmas Classic, I'm going to stamp this holly and the berries. I'm going to use a Real Red and Old Olive. So let's ink up that on Old Olive. And then we've got our berries. There we go. Okay, let's move all that. Now, for this one, I'm going to just use the light because I've already got the dark. I've stamped it in the dark. I didn't want to stamp it in black. I wanted to stamp it in the green. And I could have done the same on the original image, but I wanted to do it like this. Okay. Everybody still with me? And still following along. And I noticed here I forgot to grab one piece of cardstock, so I'm going to have to go get that. But I've got dies to match this. I love Stampin' Up! So much. I love when they have dies that match things that I can easily cut out. Makes my life so much easier. Let's see here. We'll go this way. Okay. And then our holly. I'll cut that out. If you're wondering what I use, you can use Post-it notes or whatever. I use removable tape. I got it from Amazon. This roll, I've just started a new roll, but my original roll lasted me about 3 years. And you know how often I'm cutting and showing things. And I do this just to keep it so that it doesn't slip when I'm running it through, and especially on stamped images, because sometimes I tend to have those move on me. So I just need a piece of a Real Red. Let me grab a scrap here from my little bin. Somewhere here I've got a piece. Here we go. I'm going to be cutting out something from this in a minute. Okay, so let's grab our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss. We were talking earlier that the Join Special for the first time allows you to have enough product to get the large or regular size Stampin' Cut and Emboss. So I've got my plate number 3, plate number 2, and I think I'm going to run these through separately. So let's put this one through first. Ooh, creak. It's like my bones. Who else has joined me? Oh, that's just Maggie commenting. It's relaxing watching other people color. Is it? Is it kind of mesmerizing? Like, ooh, maybe it is. Okay, so that's what we've cut out. See, those are those little stitch lines I was talking about. I love that. So let's just set that aside. And then we can run through our holly. Okay. Now, what I want to do, oh, actually, I'm just going to run this through first. And then I'll do my last one in a minute once I've got this all sorted. Deal with what I've got first, and then I can do the rest. Okay, so we've got that card front. Here it is. Okay, and what I'm trying to do here is create kind of a little stencil. So let's take this off, and then I'm going to pop out the letters. I'm going to keep those. I'll show you what I'm going to do with those. Keep those. Okay. So here's our piece. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. Okay. So I'm just going to put the glue. You could suppose you could pop this up, but I didn't want that effect. I wanted it glued flat. I wanted to keep it fairly straightforward. Okay, now my original one, I noticed I was a little off, so I'm going to just kind of center this as best I can. Okay, so that's what I'm going for. Hopefully you can see that. Now this O, I'm going to have to go back into my little bits here and find the center of the O. And there it is. Okay, so I'm going to just put that aside and hope I don't misplace that. I'm going to keep my other letters. And then I've got my holly here and my berries. Now, I was creating this card yesterday. I lost my berries. So I want to try and be really good at keeping these all in one little place so that I don't lose them. So there's my berries. And there's my center of my O, and there's my holly. Okay. Now, I want to cut out another set of the word Noel, and that's what I'm going to use that real red piece that I grabbed a minute ago. So I'm just going to throw that on top of there. Okay, we're just cutting out the letters, so it doesn't matter if it shifts. We don't have to tape it down. All right. Okay, got my N, my O. Don't need the center of the O because I've got the center from the other one with the image stamped on it. Okay, can set that aside. All right. Let's bring in our project. Now, if you're like me, you may do something upside down. If I was just using the N-O-E-L, I'll show you an example on a card. Let me I don't have one here. Oh, no, don't have one here. But if I was using my N-O-E-L and I wanted it to spread out like a word, just want to caution you on something that I noticed that I had done wrong on a card. I looked at the N, and for some reason I thought it went like this. But when I started using the stencil, I could see it went like that. Okay, so you want the I don't know what you'd call it. It's like a serif design, right? It's got the little tail. You want it up, and at the very bottom one, you don't want the tail. Okay, so you don't want it the opposite to this. It still is an N, but it's not the way it's technically supposed to be. So we can go ahead and glue this. What I like about this is we used this in the project the other day. Remember where we had this little stencil that I could just fit the letters back in? This fits in like a little puzzle. Okay, and then we got our O. We've had the word Noel in the past, but I like this one. And remember that little piece that we saved? Let's glue that back in. Is that the way that goes? I think it is. Yeah, there we go. So just got that little center of the O is back in there. And we've got E. Okay, again, they just fit in and you don't have to worry. It's like a little puzzle. It's so cute. And you'll know it'll be straight as long as you've cut it out straight, right? And one more. Here we go. Okay, so there's our Noel. Okay, and then we've got our little holly leaf that we cut out, so we can do that. Okay, and then the berries, which I keep losing because they're tiny. Berries go in there. And berry. Go in here. Go. Whoops. Move over. There we go. That's good. I think. Not 100% sure how that's supposed to go, but that looks good to me. That looks like holly berries to me. Okay. Now, just to finish this off, I want to grab a piece of ribbon. And this is that ribbon we were talking about earlier. It's the black and very vanilla. It's 3/8 of an inch. Okay. So I'm just going to tie a nice little flat bow. Well, hopefully. You just keep pulling it and making it the size that you want. I think that's good. Need some ribbon scissors. Okay. Okay. And then we'll grab a glue dot. Let's see here. Yeah, I like that. Maybe make that just a tit longer. There we go. And grab our glue dot. Stick our bow right to the glue dot. Stick that on. Go. Okay, so that's our card. Now we can add a few things to this. We can grab Wink Stella and we can just add it to our little berries. Give it a little bit of shine. You probably won't see this very well on the camera. It just doesn't pick it up. But of course, if you were at home and you were adding this yourself or giving this as your card, the recipient would see all that little extra little bling. Okay, with all of this. Okay, so that's our card. Well, thanks, Maggie. You literally just glued your Anne upside down. Hi, Amber. I was wondering why it looked funny. You know what? I didn't. You're in good company. Because I stuck it upside down, and I thought, why is it? It looks okay, but there's something off about it. And anyways, I finally figured out when I use that. So yeah, if you just remember that you've got your little tail at the top there, you should be okay. It's sunny on Vancouver Island today, Marin. That's good. Anybody else got anything to say? Made it. I love the Noel overlay that way. You're done it. Oh, thank you, Janice. That's so sweet of you. Thank you. Let me show you. Remember? So here's the next thing. Here's our little bits. Remember, we've still got this Noel. Isn't it cute? I do like this with it's stamped. Isn't that cute? Well, you don't want to just toss those. So you can use those any way you want. But I made a card kind of that coordinates with this or is the same layout. Here it is. But this time I use black and then I stuck in my Noel and I've used the same checkered here. This is the Merry Melody embossing folder. Oh, and this one is from the new Mini. It is so cute. Just a sec here. Let me show you. Christmas Tidings embossing folder. It's an embossing folder with a whole bunch of Christmas related words. So cute. Okay, so I ran that through the black. And then I just, as I say, I cut it out again, the Noel, and then I've just fixed those in. Okay, now the ribbon, this is the ribbon from the annual catalog. So you can see it's thinner and it is white, but I just took my Sweet Sorbet blend, but you could use real red or whatever color, green, whatever. And I just colored the ribbon. You just run it along and color it, and then you can make your ribbon any color. Okay, so those are those two ideas for today. Let me just lower this a titch so you can get a little bit closer. There we go. So shall we look at some other samples? Hi, Sharon. How are you? Oh, good. Thanks, Maggie. Oh, I hope you learned something from that. That's great. Okay, so a couple of other cards. This is the one we did make the other day. Remember? Same idea. I think I did. Did I use the stencil for that? I think I did. This one here's really cool. My friend Leanne sent me this. So this is just the DSP. Great way to highlight those little bits of DSP you have left over, right? we've got the words from the Christmas classics. This has been stuck to Very Vanilla, and then it's been run through the embossing folder. And the embossing folder is the distressed tile one from the Mini. And it just adds this really beautiful texture. Okay. All right, so those are some other ideas using the same products. Okay. Let's come back over here and see what everybody is up to. Do a split screen. There we go. Anybody else? Yep, I agree. Then, but you know, I was thinking you could also take these, you guys, and just lay them out, right? Like the word Noel in a straight line, right? That would be pretty too. And you could actually fit it on one of the dies from the set. Let me show you what I mean here. Like this one goes with the Christmas classics, right? This one. So this Noel, you cut that out and that Noel would go across. I'm going to do that actually with that. I'm going to do that when we're finished today. Make another card. Okay. But they're both nice. Just depends what you like. Pretty simple to do. Hi, Gail. How are you? Nice to see you. Thanks, Keisha. Thanks, Mern. Thanks, Diane. Okay, so that's it for today. Hope to see you next time. I will be live again on Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, right here on my Stamp Crazy with Alison Facebook page, or some of you are watching on YouTube. You can find me over there. And if you're ever looking for my past videos, it's really easy to go to my YouTube channel, Stamp Crazy. You can also go over there and search for Alison Solven, Solven, or Stamp Crazy with Alison, and they'll all come up. And then subscribe. And when you subscribe, you'll be able to find all my videos, and you'll be alerted when I go live too. Okay. So thanks, Cynthia, for watching me over there, and Jackie. See that you popped on here. It does look like mistletoe. You're right. You're right. Okay, I think I got everybody's comments. All right. So thanks again for watching me today. I really do appreciate you guys joining me and watching me craft, and just keeping me company while I present. I appreciate it. I'll see you on Sunday, I hope, at 10 a.m. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. Thanks so much, and happy stamping.